friends, neighbors, relatives, lend me your ears. Yeah, we've come not to bury marriage, but to praise it. And this is Canada Day, so happy Canada Day. And I want to say it's a good day to celebrate our anniversary because we are a Canadian family. Catherine was born in Alberta out west. David was born in Nova Scotia. And Heather was born in Ontario. What can be more Canadian than that? Well, Juanita has thanked you all for coming. And you know, the neighbors especially, because a lot of the seats and stuff you're sitting on came from the neighbors. And of course our children for organizing and presenting it and doing it and speaking and acting so eloquently, making up some lies and so on. Speaking of lies, my brother doesn't understand my birth at all. He couldn't have been there. I was there. And the story I know of is that I was born upstairs in the farmhouse, and early in the morning, Father came down to announce to my two sisters and brother, Don, that he had great news. And their response was quite excited. "Oh, did Pompey have pups?" And when they heard no, it was a brother, they were kind of disappointed. But anyway, be that as it may. Well, I thought I had a little gift to present to Juanita at this point. But I don't seem to have it. Is there any magician that can make it appear, I wonder?
Are we allowed to do
I think I've got it somewhere. Oh,
Are we allowed to make it?
What does it look like?
Well, it looks like a little green bag.
Can she drive it?
And
Can you drive it?
oh, there it is.
It was under your seat.
Oh,
It looks like Christmas.
there. Well,
A new car.
well, actually, it's a little symbolic gift for my wife. So I'll come down and give it to her. I got to explain it a little bit. You know, she likes gardening a lot, flowers and plants, and they're never standing up straight enough, so she wants them staked, and she wants string around them. And she says, "Have you got some green string, Walter?" Well, I got red and blue and white and yellow, but I never seem to have green. So I said, well, I'll get her 50 meters of green twine for our anniversary. Well, this is a great idea, and I wrote a poem about it. Well, before I got it done, she went out and bought green string. Oh, well, hell, what do I do now?
Uppity women, eh?
Do I give up on my poem that I started writing? Do I give her the string she bought herself? Well, I said no. I went back to the hardware store and went to the original plan. So here, my darling, is my symbolic gift.
Well, we can always use.
It says right on it, Home and Garden Twist Ties. Strong, flexible, multi-use,
That must be
which
for
is
me.
a definition of our marriage. So,
Now we know why it lasted 50 years. Green
He
tie.
tied her up.
yeah. No,
She pulled your twine or
the
something.
poems on gold paper, and yeah. And so the poem to my wife of 50 years, to Juanita with love from Walter. That's what it says right on it. 50 years of twist ties. To Juanita, with love from Walter. And I even quote at the front of the poem, twist ties, strong, flexible, multi-use ties for home and garden. And that's really a definition of our marriage. Well, I'd written 4 verses. Then when I bought this, and with those beautiful lines made 3 more verses, so it ends up 7 verses. I'm sorry about that. That's the way it is. Okay. When working in the garden, you have often asked me for green string to tie up straggly bushes through the growing days of spring. I never seem to have it in the color of your choice. Down deep in my subconscious I heard your longing voice. So off I went and bought some at our handy hardware store. It measures 50 meters long and maybe even more. To me, it is a symbol of the years that we've been wed, the 50 years of snuggling in the comfort of our head and heart relationship that holds our lives upright, like twine around your flowers, fairly firm but not too tight. I know you bought your own twine. I am late and that is wrong, but this one has a message, and it's 50 meters long. Now this is what added the verses. The label on this package clearly says the ties are strong and we are still together, so that label is not wrong. Through 50 years of ties with me, you have been strong and true. Through 50 years of sermons, you have held your point of view. Through all those years beside me, did you not feel gloomy strain? But sunshine always followed your splash of cleansing rain.
Oh.
The label then says flexible. And the family were working on her this morning to be a little more flexible. Anyway, the label then says flexible, describing those twist ties in marriage. That's how it is. We twist and compromise. We've moved to many places, by car and truck and train, from east to west to center, then east and back again. Through 50 years of back and forth, we found the magic wand. Like twine, we twist together, thus we form a stronger bond. The label then says multi-use. It's useful to the core, and that describes you, sweetheart, for you multitask and more. You clean the house and clothe me, then you cook and bake me cake. You plan our trips together and you find the cheapest rate. You fix my twisted spelling and my prayers that are too long. You listen to my stories and you seldom say, "That's wrong." We have been blessed by children. All three are here today, named Catherine, David, Heather, and we think each one's okay. On top of that, there is for us another great reward. They're partners here among us, named Nick, Barbie, Gore. Great joy. We have grandchildren, and so far they number 2. Without our Charles and Laura, why, whatever would we do? Page 2. Juanita, each year we've been together, like each meter on this string has made us close helpmates. Oh, you cause my heart to sing. You live for home and garden, and you work for church and state. You give yourself for family, and your giving is first rate. My love is like pink roses that you held our wedding day. My love is like a melody that takes all time away. I know those lines are stolen, yet I know these words are true. No twine, no line, no rhyme of mine can tell how I love you.
Hey.